Nobody is ready for this moment. A mother who had been known to be calm and strong suddenly stopped her steps in front of the door of the military treatment room. His eyes widened, his breathing quickened. Before him, the son, who always smiles at the camera, now lies weak, with a drip in his hand and a pale face under the white light of the room. This is the true story that made all of South Korea bow down again. Haru, Cha Eun Woo's mother, comes secretly to the military headquarters, but what she sees makes her almost fall limp. A few days earlier, the online community was filled with suspicious comments and posts. Some netizens claimed to see a military ambulance coming out of the headquarters where Cha Eun Woo was on duty. First, many refused to believe. "No way. Eun Woo is strong," wrote one fan on Twitter. "He even used to go to survival training without complaint," added another. But the rumors grew unstoppable when an anonymous staffer wrote on the forum, "A soldier from a special unit had to be treated for extreme fatigue. He said it was Cha Eun Woo." In just a matter of hours, the name Cha Eun Woo is trending again on various platforms. Fans began to panic. Especially since the last 2 weeks, the military has not released photos of its latest activities, something that rarely happens at her family's home in Gunpo. Cha Eun Woo's mother is reportedly preparing a shipment of packages containing her son's favorite food, homemade kimchi and some vitamins. But that morning, he got a call that made his hands tremble. "Mom, we want to tell you something about Eun Woo's condition." According to a source close to the family, the voice on the other end of the phone sounded cautious, but clearly panicked. The mother, without thinking, he headed straight to the military headquarters, accompanied only by a family driver, witnesses said. While in the car, Mrs. Lee seemed to be trying to hold back the tears. "He didn't say anything, just holding a small bag in his lap and praying in silence," said a staff member who accompanied him when the black car stopped in front of the main gate of the headquarters. The guards were shocked. Cha Eun Woo's mother figure is known as a simple but authoritative woman. That day he wore a light ash coat and a black mask. His face looked pale. Without bringing a camera, with no intention of making a fuss, he asked permission to meet his son. The guard officer immediately called the commander. A few minutes later, permission was granted with full respect. The atmosphere of the headquarters turned quiet. Several soldiers whispered in the corner of the room, staring in the direction of the medical corridor. He said Cha Eun Woo was seriously ill. "Did your mother really come?" No one dares to speak out loud. All waited in silence. Mrs. Steps. Lee is slow but firm. The sound of her shoes sounded softly on the clean floor of the corridor when he got to the door with the inscription "Military Medical Room Special Unit." His hand trembled as he touched the doorknob. He lowered his head for a moment, took a deep breath, and slowly opened the door, and there it is. His son, Cha Eun Woo, was lying on a white bed. His military uniform has been replaced with the clothes of patients. His face was pale, his lips dry, and an IV tube was attached to his arm. For a moment the world stopped for the mother. His eyes widened, then tears fell silently. "Eun Wooya." His voice trembled, almost inaudible. The nurse on guard immediately lowered her head politely. "Mom, please calm down. Eun Woo's condition has improved a bit. He was just severely exhausted from training without rest." But for a mother, the sight is more than enough to break a heart. He stepped closer, sat down beside the bed, and held his son's cold hand. "You're working too hard again, aren't you?" he whispered with a bitter smile. "Why do you always have to hold your own son?" Eun Woo, who was still weak, opened her eyes slowly. Her gaze was faint. Yet when she saw her mother's face, a faint smile appeared on her lips. "Mom, why are you here?" "I'm fine." And right at that moment, the room went silent. Even the infusion machine could be heard clearly beating amid the stifling silence. I still maintain the style and feel of the Indonesian version of Korea Boo, dramatic, emotional, and full of warmth typical of mother and child relationships. The corridor was suddenly quiet. Even the normally loud footsteps of army shoes stopped, as Cha Eun Woo's mother slowly walked towards the private treatment room. The sunlight coming through the window seemed to stop in the air, gently touching the mother's trembling hand. Everyone who saw knew this moment could never be fully captured by any camera. Behind that white curtain, Cha Eun Woo lay weak. The skin is pale, the lips are dry, the breath is short. The face that used to always look bright and perfect on stage now looked tired and filled with shadows of fatigue. When the mother stepped closer, her knees could barely support her body. His son, His pride, the light of his life, who used to always smile under the glare of the lights, now struggles just to stay sober. Eun Woo, mother's son. His voice broke, soft yet sharp enough to pierce the heart of anyone who heard it. A nurse in the room quickly lowered her head. Her eyes began to get wet. Even the most resolute commanders bowed their heads, unable to look directly. It's not about a celebrity anymore. It was just a mother and her child trapped in an encounter full of hurt and love. That morning the military tried to keep it a secret. Rumors have been circulating on social media news that Cha Eun Woo fainted during training and is now being treated at a military hospital. But no one thought that his mother would come alone. When Mrs. Lee arrived at the gate of the headquarters, escorted by 2 guards, the whole team stood firmly salute. He doesn't talk much. Her face was pale, her hands tightly clasped a photograph of Eun Woo in high school wearing a uniform, smiling while hugging a book on her chest, and a quiet voice. He whispered to one of the officers, "Please, let me see it, just for a moment." They immediately nodded without thinking. Now, standing beside her son's bed, the mother gently touched Eun Woo's forehead, warm, too warm. His body was weakened by fatigue, strenuous exercise, and lack of rest. He has pushed himself too far, just to prove that he is not just an idol, but a true warrior. At that moment, Eun Woo's fingers suddenly moved slowly. His eyes slowly opened. The room instantly froze. He blinked once, twice, then looked at the face in front of him. "Iyama?" His voice is barely audible, fragile but full of meaning. Her mother's tears immediately fell. He held his son's hand tightly, his body shaking. "Eun Woo, it's Mom. I'm here, son. Everything is already fine." The sight made everyone in the room hold their breath. Even the nurse who accompanied him was forced to go out for a while, unable to hold back tears. Eun Woo tries to smile, a small, weak smile, but still carries the warmth that has always made the world fall in love with her. "Sorry, I don't want to worry you." His mother shook her head strongly. "Don't ever say that again. You fought too hard, son. You've done more than enough." His voice broke, and his tears fell uncontrollably. He pressed his son's hand to his chest, whispering quietly, word for word that could only come out of a mother's heart. Word spread slowly among the soldiers. "Cha Eun Woo's mother is coming," they whispered. "And Eun Woo is already conscious." No one dared to speak loudly that day. Even at lunchtime, the atmosphere was quiet. Everyone seemed to understand how deep and strong the relationship between mother and child is. One of the officers commented softly, "When we saw his mother crying, it hit us. Even the strongest warrior is still someone's child." The military base has never been so calm. Outside the treatment room, fans began sending flowers and letters. Some soldiers volunteered to help deliver him to the guard post. They wrote down small messages like "Stay strong, Eun Woo Hyung. We all support you." Every post carries the same message. Love, strength and hope. While sitting in the bedside chair, Mrs. Lee couldn't hold back his tears as he recalled the day Eun Woo said goodbye to his never been so calm. Outside the treatment room, fans began sending flowers and letters. Some soldiers volunteered to help deliver him to the guard post. They wrote down small messages like "Stay strong, Eun Woo Hyung. We all support you." Every post carries the same message. Love, strength and hope. While sitting in the bedside chair, Mrs. Lee couldn't hold back his tears as he recalled the day Eun Woo said goodbye to his military service. "Mom, I want to do this with pride. I don't want to be treated differently just because I'm an artist." He said it with a firm smile that has always been his trademark. Although her heart was broken, the mother could only nod and hug her son.